All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie, the pre-show, if you will. We're going to get started. I'm going to be on TikTok. So on Fridays, I have a show at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. Hello, JR. Hello, it's that other John. Hello, KN. We're going to be going live on TikTok on Food Talk TV. So if you see me looking at that camera, I'm not ignoring you. My show over there is exclusive, so I like to bring you all behind the scenes. We're going to do something fun today. Another struggle recipe. But yeah, so if we have any moderators here or if you see anybody in the comments, just let them know what's going on. So I'm going to get my uniform on and then we will get started on TikTok. Happy 4th of July. Hope everybody is doing well. We're very happy to be here in the US of A. Hello, Ash. Hello, Patrick. Good to see everybody. Hopefully you are enjoying your day. Hopefully it's a holiday for you. Maybe you're barbecuing, or if y'all are doing the fireworks thing tonight, please be safe. All right, so let me get my uniform on and we'll start. So today could be a fun one for those of you all, those of us, let's tell the truth, who like hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm gonna try a struggle bun recipe. Let me see if I can get this apron on. Oh, that's what it is. It's kind of twisted in the back. So hopefully you all are well. Y'all can let me know what your favorite 4th of July treat is. I should have some watermelon too. Ooh, a watermelon salad would be really good, wouldn't it? So, I don't know, I have this apron I'm supposed to wear and I'm fit to be tied with this thing. I'm used to the regular apron. How much time we got? A couple more minutes. So come on in, everybody. If you have any questions or anything, now's your time before we go live on TikTok. I like to just get everything started. And again, the channel is Food Talk, Foodtok. Sometimes the captions, it comes out as Food Talk, TALK, but it's Food Talk, like TikTok. TikTok, you don't stop. And I will be turning on my Struggle AC in just a moment. A tweet says, "May the 4th be with you." Hello, sweetheart. Y'all are silly. That's cute. May the 4th be with you all. I do have something a little festive. All right, let's see if we can get this thing together and not crooked. Always, always struggle. One of these days, I think I washed it, and ever since then, it just has not been right. It's like twisted or something, but we'll be all right. All right, everybody, one more minute and we'll get started. I think we're good. We need to put it in the wash again. It's kind of heavy. All right, let me put my devices on Do Not Disturb. All right, everybody, we're gonna get started on Food Talk TV. And then when I end the cooking stream, I'll come back with you all and answer any questions or react to any comments. All right. So let us go. Hello, Darian Hill. I know, right? Here we go. All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Happy 4th of July. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. Get myself together. I make food and femininity content, and today we are going to be doing some carnivore burger buns. I'm going to try and do a hot dog bun. All right, so make sure you're subscribed to Food Talk TV. Tap that screen as you come in. We're at 0 likes. Let's see if we can get one person to like the stream. Food Talk TV has cooking content live every day of the week, and I'm with you all Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, and the recipe, along with all my recipes and everybody else's recipe, is on foodtalktv.com. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off the counter, wash my hands, and then I have another video that came up in my stream, in my feed. Have I ever made it before? No, that's never stopped us. All right, we're gonna try and make it together. We're already at 100 likes. Thank you all so much. I love it. I love it. Come on in, everybody. Happy 4th of July. And as you're coming in, you can let us know what your favorite 4th of July treat is. Hot dogs, hamburgers, watermelon, potato salad. There's something for everybody. Oh, hold up. I have a towel. I'm trying to be festive for you all today. So I was going to wait until the end, but I don't think I can. So we're going to put this on. Hopefully that's okay. And I have a kitchen towel, a festive kitchen towel. Hold up. I want to make sure I go all the way out for y'all. I had a 4th of July. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Well, oh, I know where it is. Here it comes. All right. I meant to have this all hung up for you all. Welcome to the land of liberty. It's still got the tag on it. You will be all right. All right. You know those cooking shows where everything is prepared in advance and nothing goes wrong? This is not that. All right. So come on in, everybody. We are celebrating the 4th of July. And, oh, I guess I shouldn't put this side that has the tag. All right. Let's go this side. So, yeah, it's got the little hook on there. All right. Come on in, everybody. Did I already clean the counter? I think I did. Let me show you all what we're making today, but let me wash my hands and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Ash likes mac and cheese. Thank you, Raven, for the badges. Thank you, Katie, for the badges. Thank you, User, for the badges. We're at 600 likes, y'all. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. All right, let's see if we can get to 4 digits. Let me clean my hands. And we are going, I'm going to show you all this video. So if you are low carb, diabetic, pre-diabetic, maybe this will work for you. I don't know. I've never made it before, so we're going to see together. All righty. So this is called carnivore burger buns. I'm going to turn them into hot dog buns, but apparently this is a bread recipe using very simple ingredients. So let's see how we like this. And if it goes well, I'll actually make some hot dogs that we can put in there. So let me show you all what came up.
Just eating them plain.
All right. Here we go.
3 ingredient carnivore burger buns, but you don't have to be a carnivore or animal based to enjoy these soft, fluffy buns. Just in time for summer grilling and beyond. Plus, you can use them for hot dogs or spread on some butter for the perfect buttery bite. No egg white powder, no pork, no yogurt, no cheese, no protein powder. I was quite amazed at how well these came out with just minimal ingredients, and they taste freaking delicious just eating them plain.
All right, so you all can see she has these as burger buns. So we're going to go over these. We're going to actually bake these burger buns, but we're going to shape them into hot dog buns and see if we can make our own carnivore hot dog bun. So the recipe, for this recipe, you need an oven. It's very simple. You need eggs, milk powder, and baking powder. That's it. 3 ingredients, all right? So the instructions are, first we need to whisk the eggs in a bowl. But let me look here. Does it tell you how long, what temperature? Okay, 350 for 11 to 13 minutes. All right, so we've got some time because I go slow. So if this works, we may have a low carb, diabetic friendly, pre-diabetic friendly bread option. She said you can use them as burger buns, hot dog buns, or just put butter on them and eat them as a roll. Y'all, if we make these rolls and they come out good, I know I'm not the only one when you go out to eat and that bread basket comes and you start with one and then you get a second one and then before you know it, you're full because you ate the whole basket. Okay, just me, fine. But hot butter bread is my, do not take me to a bakery, all right? Thank you, Jinjin, for the badges. Millie for the badges. Thank you. I saw somebody likes butter pecan. Thank you, Mimi, for the badges. Y'all were at 700 likes. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. Okay, so we need a bowl and a whisk. So I have a bowl. I'm going to try and be fancy like Lil Sipper, even though I am not a professional chef. That will become very apparent quickly. So let's read the instructions because y'all know I messed this up. And this recipe is on foodtalktv.com. All right. So first thing, whisk eggs in a bowl. I think I can do that. So we're going to use whole eggs here. So I have my eggs and I buy them by the case at Walmart. I eat a lot of eggs. Oh, thank you, Sharon, for the badges. Y'all are coming in so generous. Happy 4th of July, everyone. So we're going to crack 3 eggs into this bowl. All right. This could be a fun one. What do you all think? Oh, I got some shell in here. We're already starting off with a win. Oh, okay, that other piece is on the counter. That's the thing about using these fancy clear bowls. Like, is it the bowl? All right, so egg number 2 and egg number 3. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Today we are making carnivore burger buns, but I'm calling them carnivore hot dog buns. She shapes hers into a ball that you can cut in half. I'm going to shape mine into a log. Have I ever made these before? No. So why would I do that? I wait to come on here with y'all. All right, 3 eggs. And let me clean my hands, and we're going to whisk these 3 eggs. So are you all intrigued? What do you think? Oh, thank you, Grandma Linda, for the badges. We're at 1,200 likes. Thank you all so much. Thank you for tapping and sharing. Let's see if we can get it to 1,500. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are going to make some carnivore bread today. So, am I carnivore? No, I eat vegetables. I like fruits and vegetables, but I do get inspiration from a lot of different recipes. All right. Thank you, Ash, for all of the festivities. So we have 3 whole eggs, and we're just going to whip these up. All right. So, one thing that I've learned when you're whipping eggs, and I have not been to culinary school, but having a bigger bowl like this, maybe y'all already knew that, but they seem to whip better and they whip a lot faster. We're able to get that air in there, and you notice with egg yolks, when they start off, they're kind of more like golden yellow, and then the more you whip them, they become lighter yellow, kind of pale. I'm sure there's a science behind it. I don't know what it is. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get it kind of foamy and frothy. And then you see the egg white kind of like slimy part. I want to try and get that as incorporated as possible. So if you're doing a French omelet like we did at Grub Batch, I almost said Crunch Master, but that's a cracker. If you're doing a proper French omelet, you're supposed to beat it well so that you don't have, everything is homogeneous. You don't have any of that little white specks. It all tastes the same and you will be all right. But we're gonna try and whip that well. All right, so that's looking good. Let's see what the next step is while I keep going here. Come on in, everybody. We're at 1,400 likes. Let's see if we can get to 1,500. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making carnivore burger buns that I'm going to turn into hot dog buns. Thank you, Jin, for all of the love. Now, here's the thing. I'm your substitute teacher because I'm not a real teacher. I work in tech. Anyway, you didn't ask me that. I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. So I like to find recipes that I can make substitutes with and still enjoy. All right. In a separate bowl. Oh, we need 2 bowls. I didn't get my second bowl. Hold on, y'all. We got to get another bowl. Okay, so you need 2 bowls for this recipe and a whisk. So the first bowl, we beat the eggs. In a separate bowl, mix the baking powder and milk powder. All right, so how much baking powder? Now it says a tablespoon of aluminum-free baking powder. Now look, I don't have that. I got regular baking powder from the dollar store. Now, I'm sure if you really want to eat clean, you can find the baking powder without aluminum, but mine, the first ingredient says aluminum. I'll be all right. Y'all will be all right. But maybe one of y'all know what's so special about aluminum-free baking powder. Is it just cleaner? But this is what I got. So we need 1 tablespoon, all right? So baking powder is very common in pancakes, waffles, baking recipes because it's going to make it fluff up and rise. All right, so we need 1 tablespoon. So hopefully it doesn't mess up the taste. Thank you, Jin, for all of the love. Y'all, we're at 1,800 likes. Let's see if we can get to 2,000. Now, I am a cooker, not a baker. Baking kind of stresses me out because you have to be precise. And y'all know I just wing it in here. But I just shake off some of the excess. And we have 1 tablespoon. Let me make sure, because y'all know we'll mess it up. 1 tablespoon of aluminum-free baking powder, or if it's over here, regular baking powder. This one just came from the dollar store, all right? Now we need 1.5 cups of, here's the secret ingredient. It's not a secret. She says goat milk powder, excuse me, or regular milk powder. Now I got very excited about that. I got both for y'all. Some of us who are old remember the days of powdered milk where if you don't have milk in the fridge, you can actually make your own. So I ordered this from Walmart as a backup, you know, in case the world ends. But anyway, this is dry milk. It's like the flakes of milk that you would just add to water, shake it up, let it sit for a while, and then automatically the next day it turns into milk. Have I ever used this before? No. But I got this for the kids if we don't have milk. Now, this is regular dairy milk. And when I say I'm dairy free, I have to avoid cow dairy. I can have sheep's milk products, goat's milk products, plant-based milk. So I ordered this from Walmart. And this is what we're going to use for the recipe. Goat's milk also comes in a powder. You can also get the pourable one. Something about the proteins in goat's milk that's easier to digest for some people than cow's milk. But she says both of them work. So do what works for you. We're going to use goat's milk. All right. Thank you, Mustard Queen, for the badges. We're at 2,800 likes. Thank you all so much. Let's see if we can get to 3,000. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making carnivore burger buns that I'm going to shape into hot dog buns. And so far we have 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And now we need 1.5 cups of goat milk powder. All right. So what I have our 1/2 cup measure. So we're going to do 3 of these and we're going to mix together. Mimi says, yum. So you all can see this is the goat's milk powder. It kind of looks like creamer if you use powdered creamer for your coffee. I don't, but that's what it reminds me of. So we're going to do, I guess I need to kind of be more precise, 1/2 cup. I just like winging it, y'all. Okay, 1 cup. It smells good. It kind of smells like creamy milk. It smells like creamer. Shake off the excess. All right, so we have 1.5 cups of goat's milk powder. And then I'm going to get a separate whisk and I'm going to mix the goat's milk powder and the baking powder together before we add the liquid. So in the dry bowl, this is what we have. 1.5 cups of goat's milk powder, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Aluminum free if you can get it. I don't have that. All right, so let's get a whisk. And the reason why my little layer, whatever this is hopefully it doesn't get in the way. The reason why you want to mix your dry ingredients, I learned this the hard way. If you were just to mix the wet, then you would have like clumps of that baking powder. You really want to combine your dry together and your wet together. So for this carnivore burger buns, it's only 3 ingredients: eggs, goat's milk, and baking powder. But the goat's milk powder. And that came from Walmart. So again, if y'all want to screenshot that, this is what we're using for goat's milk. All right. So come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making carnivore burger buns. All right, so we have our wet and our dry, eggs and our powder. That's it. That's what she says, all right? We're going to see. Y'all know I'm going to be honest with you if we like it or don't. But if this is good, this could be really good. Okay, hot butter bread, anybody? Whisk eggs in a bowl, did that. In a separate bowl, mix the baking powder and milk powder, and then gradually add 1/2 cup at a time to the whisked eggs as you stir. All right, so we need to focus now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the oven at 350 while we make our paste, and then we will assemble our burger bun. So let me show y'all again what we're making in case y'all just came in.
3-ingredient carnivore burger buns, but you don't have to be a carnivore or animal-based to enjoy these soft, fluffy buns. Just in time for summer grilling and beyond. Plus, you can use them for hot dogs or spread on some butter for the perfect buttery bite. No egg white powder, no pork, no yogurt, no cheese, no protein powder. I was quite amazed at how well these came out with just minimal ingredients, and they taste freaking delicious just eating them plain.
All right, y'all. So that's what we're doing. So you see here, that's the goal, but I'm going to shape mine into hot dog buns. That's what we're trying to make. So again, it's just eggs, goat's milk powder, baking powder, and then we're going to shape them into balls. 3 eggs, whisk the eggs, half a cup at a time of the dry until we make that paste. She's going to shape hers with gloves into balls. I'm going to shape mine into logs and then see if we can make a 4th of July carnivore hot dog. Sounds good? Okay, y'all. So these are gonna bake at 350 for like 11 minutes, not long at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the oven on to 350. Let me make sure it's empty because y'all know how I do. I did empty it. Happy 4th of July, everyone. So let's do bake at 350. Okay. So we've got our whisked eggs, and you can see they're still kind of foamy and frothy here. I think I got them combined pretty well. And then we have our goat's milk powder and baking powder. That's it. So she says half a cup at a time, add the dry to the wet, and then she just kind of stirred it up. Let me get a little spoon rest and a spoon. So we're just going to mix it into a paste, and then we're going to shape it into our logs. So for me, dairy-free, my substitute, I'm using goat's milk. She said this will also work with regular milk powder. This came from Walmart. So did the goat's milk. So if you're not dairy-free, you can use regular. All right. So, all right, I'm a little bit nervous. We've beat our eggs. I'm just getting everything out of the way. I'm turning on my struggle air conditioning, y'all. I'm nervous. I don't know why. I'll put this on at the end if it's a winner hot dog dinner. I don't know why I feel like I should try these recipes for the first time on live with y'all, but something about the thrill just, it gets me excited. All right, so I'm just gonna hang this here for now and I'll put it on later, but I'm just nervous. I wanna focus so we get this right. All right, taking all the distractions off. Hello, Vita Loca. Thank you all so much for being here. We're at 4,300 likes, or 4,100. I'm old, I can't see. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Today we are making carnivore burger buns with goat's milk powder, baking powder, and eggs. All right, so we have our half cup measure. So I'm gonna do a half a cup into the eggs, she says, while stirring. And I think the reason why you wouldn't just dump it all together is because you don't want it to be like one big clumpy mess. We're trying to make a dough. All right, so we have the first half cup in there. Just gonna scrape down the sides, get this combined. It's kind of looking like scrambled eggs right now, but like they say, trust the process. Don't trust me, because I don't know what I'm doing. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making carnivore burger buns. All right, so I got the first little batch in here. Oh, thank you all so much. Got the first little batch in here. Then we're gonna go in with the second half cup. So in case you are wondering, it was 3 eggs in 1 bowl, and then we whisked those really well. And then in a separate bowl, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Now here's the thing, y'all. She says aluminum-free baking powder. I got the dollar store baking powder. It's 0 calories. Somebody let me know what the aluminum-free baking powder does. Maybe it's just if you're really trying to have clean ingredients. I'm sure there's aluminum-free baking powder, because I know sometimes people want to watch the metals and stuff in their system. Do what works for you. I am not a doctor and I am not the food police. In my opinion, if you made it this far, I'll be 50 at the end of this year. We've had some metal somewhere, so we just gonna keep on rocking. So come on in, everybody. We are making our burger buns or hot dog buns or dinner rolls. All right, thank you, EOB, for the badges. You all are so kind. We are at 5,300 likes. Thank you all so much. Let's see if we can get to 5,500. It's coming together nicely. We're just doing a half cup at a time. I have never had, I don't think I've ever had carnivore bread. I am not carnivore. If you are, that is great. But I love getting inspiration from all kind of different recipes. And if you are, some of y'all want to be plant-based, great. Some of y'all want to be animal-based, great. So this is a carnivore recipe. If you are trying to be low carb or diabetic or pre-diabetic and you miss bread, this could be an option for you. If you're invited to a, I don't know, potluck or cookout or something, now tell people it's the substitute stuff. Don't just spring it on them, or just wing it. Let them know. But if you're on a special diet and you're invited somewhere and it's okay to bring something that everybody can share, maybe this will work for you. So I'm going to go in with the last batch of the dry into the wet. All right, so we're done with this. And then we're just going to mix, and then we're going to form them into balls. Let me look at the instructions, y'all. Y'all know how I mess stuff up. All right, so I'm just going to read. Whisk eggs into a bowl. We did that. In a separate bowl, mix the baking powder and milk powder. This is goat's milk powder. And then gradually add half a cup at a time to the whisked eggs while you stir. So that's what we're doing. The batter should have a raw sourdough consistency. I'm not a baker, but one of y'all tell me. It kind of looks like dough. Wet your hands with water before rolling each into a ball. Place on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Bake in the oven. I probably don't want to do it too much because it'll make it kind of, I don't know. Did I do enough? 11 to 13 minutes. Now her consistency looks a little bit stickier than mine. We're gonna go with it, but look at her balls when she makes hers. Y'all know how I'm always doing stuff. Should I put a little bit more milk powder in there? All right, because mine is looking kind of pourable. Will you post the recipe? Yes, Jessica. The recipe is going to be on foodtalktv.com if it's not already there. So look at her batter. Hers looks ballable. Mine looks. Can we roll that into a ball? Let's do a little bit more. This is where we go off the script, y'all. We just go rogue. But I don't know if I could form that into a ball. You would? It's too wet? Yeah. See, that's the thing. Y'all see these recipes online? And I'm like, ooh, I want to make that. And then I come in here and I'm like, why doesn't mine look like hers? Thank you all so much. All right, so let me just sprinkle a little bit, not all. And so this is just extra goat's milk powder. I just want to get it to a paste that looks like dough. Let's go with a little bit more. Look, I told y'all. All right, we're just gonna stop here and roll these into balls. Oh, it's getting kind of drier. It's getting there. I think we're gonna call it. So her recipe calls for 1.5. I did 2. It still looks kind of wet to me, but okay. So now she says a baking tray lined with parchment paper. So I have a baking tray and you can get parchment paper. I have the silicone mat on here, which is also non-stick. Now she doesn't have you greasing it or anything, but she does say wet your hands to roll it into a ball. All right, so I got some gloves. I'm trying to do exactly like she does it, little at a time. All right, so I have some gloves here. So I'm gonna put these on. I know some of y'all are like, don't use gloves, it's too clinical. Some of y'all are like, use gloves, that's nasty. She used gloves in her recipe. So I'm gonna put these on and then I'm gonna wet the gloves. And since I'm trying to do hot dog, she rolled hers into a ball. I'll do one as a ball. And then the plan was for me to do them as logs. So I could slice down the middle, put a hot dog in. Y'all are laughing? There's always a critic. I know, right? You're putting your dishes in the dishwasher. Come on in, everybody. We're at 7,000 likes. Thank you all so much. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Okay, the oven's ready. Focus. So let's wet our hands. Okay, and I think she just grabbed some. Okay, so we just grabbed some, and she was able to roll hers into a ball. Look at her balls. Okay, I'm just gonna put one glob right there. These might be dinner rolls, but I still think it looks kind of wet. And I don't know what I did different, but we're gonna make some hot dog buns. All right. So I'm wondering if hot dog bun is kind of long. It's going downhill, y'all. It's going downhill. Can y'all see that? These are gonna be more like, okay, hold on. Should I add more powder? Why is hers form it on the pan? Okay, so put it here and then make it into a, okay, let's do that. So we're just gonna do, all right, we're gonna put them on the pan in little globs, and then we're just gonna, it looks good, thank you. And then we're gonna shape one into a log. I've never made sourdough, so I don't know what sourdough is supposed to look like, but mine aren't rolling into balls like hers are. So y'all can see what I'm struggling with over here. All right, we got two more we can do. But in the video, y'all saw her just nicely roll it into a ball. All right, I'm just gonna put 6 down. We're committed now, we're in here. And then we'll form it into a log. Let's do the last one. And then we'll figure out what we did wrong. Maybe my eggs were big, too big. I don't know. All right. So we're just going to put that down. And I'm going to try. Oh, no. Let me use some utensils to try and form them. Oh, thank you all so much. All right. Because these look like patties right now. But let me see. If I try to make it into... All right. I can't say these are going to be hot dog buns, but I'm just going to try and make 2 of them into oblong and see what happens. I got a bad feeling. They don't look like they're going to be buns, but we're going to bake them and see what happens. All right. Let me clean my hands and get these in the oven. And if you want, we'll try it again with the regular milk powder. See if that's any different. All right, but if they taste good, so here are the struggle. They're supposed to be hamburger buns, but right now it's looking like a struggle bus. Struggle buns. All right, so let's put these in. And she says 11 to 13 minutes. So I'm gonna split the difference and I'm gonna put the timer for 12. We're gonna cook some hot dogs too. So let's see. Let's watch the video one more time. And if y'all want me to try it again with regular milk powder, I guess put the milk emoji in the chat. But this is what it's supposed to be.
3-ingredient carnivore burger buns, but you don't have to be a carnivore or animal-based to enjoy these soft, fluffy buns. Just in time for summer grilling and beyond. Plus, you can use them for hot dogs or spread on some butter for the perfect buttery bite. No egg white powder, no pork, no yogurt, no cheese, no protein powder. I was quite amazed at how well these came out with just minimal ingredients, and they taste freaking delicious just eating them plain.
All right. Add more flour or baking powder or soda. Yeah, I was thinking that. So they're supposed to be burger buns, but clearly mine were wet. And someone said, check the description, check the comments. You want to try it as milk? Okay, I'm going to throw some hot dogs in the air fryer. And then we'll try it again with milk powder and see if it's any different. Might as well. We're in here now. All right, so let me clean this off. So that was the goat's milk variety. So we're doing our dairy-free version. This is what was that. This is what that was. But I also have regular milk powder. So we're gonna try it with this as well. We'll repeat the exact same process. But before we do that, I have some hot dogs. So we've got some, this was the plan. I got some Nathan's hot dogs, bun length hot dogs, and I cooked these in the air fryer. If you don't have a grill or you don't want to get outside on the grill, these actually plump up really nice in the air fryer. Mont says they look like mine. Just add some more dry ingredients and roll them. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to just get a little parchment paper. And if you're doing, home grilling, this is what works for me. So we're just going to open our hot dog buns. Or if you've got burgers on the grill, that could work for you. So I'm just going to put 4 here. They don't take long to cook, if cooking is what you call it. So I'll put these in the air fryer, and then once the buns are close to being done, we'll give these a cook. So you can see how they look, just regular and small. They'll plump up nicely, or maybe that's the ballpark one. Okay. Do you think it's my aluminum that messed it up? But we're gonna be all right. So we need a bowl. Let's get another bowl. All right. So the dry ingredients, 1 tablespoon of, let me just look again, y'all. And we'll turn I didn't turn the light on. Make sure y'all can see. So they're cooking like pancakes down there. I don't know if they're going to be burger buns, but we're going to try this with the milk powder. All right. And this is a little sipper recipe. Maybe one of y'all can look and see how other people have had experience with it. 3 eggs. Let me just get a little gravy boat. Let's go ahead and do our dry. 1 tablespoon of aluminum-free baking powder. Do they need to sit and absorb? We got a sourdough lady in the house. Y'all know I don't know. I have no idea. But that could be. All right, so we're going to do our baking powder. This one is 2 tablespoons, so I'll do it almost full, or half, because obviously we're going to need more dry. And then 1.5 cups of goat's milk powder or regular milk powder. So let's open up the Walmart regular milk powder. The goat's milk powder had a creamier smell to it, but 1.5 cups. So we'll start with 1 and then do half of 1. All right, so this is the regular milk powder, and then a half, that's my problem. All right, we're gonna mix our dry, and then we'll beat our eggs, and I'm just gonna add it in here, and we'll see if we can make some. Oh, check the comments because people run into the problem and share. Yeah, I know. I probably should do that before I decide to make these recipes, but that makes too much sense. All right, so we have our dry, and then let's whisk our 3 eggs and see. And these are just grade A large eggs. So 1, 2, and 3. We could put some sesame seeds on top. I was thinking about that. If it worked, you could sprinkle some sesame seeds on top, like a McDonald's, like a Big Mac, sesame seed bun. So maybe we'll do that on this next batch. All right. So let's get this mixed up. And I'm just gonna add it to the dry. All right. So come on in, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making carnivore burger buns. Ask ChatGPT. I know, right? Thank you all so much for the badges. We're at 7,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 8,000. We have a batch in the oven. They're puffing up. I don't know if y'all can see them down there. They're puffing up pretty big. So they may actually come out quite nice. I always have that moment where it's like, y'all, I messed this up. But we push through because cooking is really about experimentation. I don't know, and neither do y'all, how this stuff is gonna work out. All right, so I'm just gonna add the eggs in here. We did it her way. I'm gonna get another wooden spoon, and we're just gonna add the eggs to this slowly and see if we can get more of a pasty bread batter with regular milk instead of goat's milk. And then we can get these away, all right? Or if you insist, I'll try one for research purposes. They look amazing. Oh, y'all are too kind. Thank you so much. All right, so I just want to make sure our eggs are well combined. 3 ingredients, 3 eggs, baking soda, baking powder, and milk powder. Carnivore, all right? So low carb, no carb, I don't know. No, milk has carbs in it. There's some sugar in milk. Not added sugar, natural sugars, but it doesn't have added sugar. So this is coming along better. Maybe for the goat's milk, you need to add more powder. But y'all see, compared to the video, how this one is coming along? Yeah. So don't fear. Looks like we'll be able to get some buns. So let me get another mat. And when you add the liquid to it, you can smell the milkiness. So yeah, much better with the milk powder. All right. I don't want to beat it all to heck, but I'm going to try and get it combined. This looks like what she had. Looks more like this scrambled egg consistency. Okay, so let's get these rolled up. Let's make the burger buns. And if y'all want me to put like sesame seeds on top, I don't know, put the hamburger emoji in the chat. All right, let me just clean my hands. And let's get another tray. And let's get some parchment paper. I'm excited. We're going to do a second batch. Since we got the oven on, we might as well, right? Thank you all so much. We're at 8,700 likes. Make sure you tap and share. Welcome to Foodie Fridays. I'm Maggie, and we are making carnivore burger buns. 3 ingredients, all right? Let's get the parchment paper. All right. So I got these sheets from the dollar store. It's already pre-cut, or you can get the one that's on the roll. Parchment paper has been treated with silicone, so it's got a little bit of a sheen on it. It won't stick. All right, so she says, wet your hands and then shape them into balls. So this is what we're trying to make, the little balls, and I'm just gonna see if I can put 6 on here and see if they will form into this, and we'll put some sesame seeds on top, all right? Thank you all so much. We're at 8,800 likes. Let's see if we can get to 9,000. But I feel a lot better about this batter since we did the regular milk powder. I think with the goat's milk, if I had just added more goat's milk powder, it would have been fine. Hello, Rebecca. We're making carnivore burger buns. All right, so let's get our gloves. And we're just gonna pinch out a lump of, I was about to say a lump of clay, a lump of dough, and we're gonna roll it into a ball. So our goat's milk burger buns are down there. Now we're gonna try with the whole milk, all right? So if you can have dairy, these are for you. Can I get them on wet hands? All right, I'm excited now. Let me get my sesame seeds before I touch them. All right. You could also do everything but the bagel seasoning. I've got some sesame seeds here. Maybe we'll do some of that. I'm feeling festive now. All right. Maybe we'll do a couple regular, a couple with sesame seeds, and then a couple with everything but the bagel seasoning, just to make it a variety. Put some hot butter breads on there. Oh, all right. We're at 9,200 likes. Thank you all so much. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making carnivore burger buns. 3 ingredients: eggs, milk powder, baking powder. That's it. All right, so let's wet my hands. All right, so now we're gonna go in here and we're gonna get some. And now, I can roll these into a ball. This is working out much better. All right, so I'm just gonna put that down. Let me be careful, I'm splattering. Let's make another one. Oh, let's see if I can do the hot dog, because that was my goal. Okay, the timer is up, but those are not brown, so we're gonna keep going. All right. Oh, the timer's gonna keep yelling at us. You need to wet your hands in between each one. All right, let me see if I can make this into a log. That's gonna drive us nuts. I got a bad feeling. I think we may need to stick with buns. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me turn off the timer. My mom says, just cook with your senses. Listen for it. When it stops popping, go check on it. Smell it when it starts to catch it before it burns. You know, look at it, touch it, taste it as you go, as long as it's not raw. So we're just going to keep an eye on the buns that we have down there. And I'm going to do, I don't think my hot dog idea is going to work, but let me just use my hands and get another one. See if we can roll it. Yeah. Clean hands in between each one. It comes out really nicely. Let's wet one more time. And I'll just add that to the, let's see, what can we do? I really want one hot dog bun. I'm gonna try and roll it into a ball and then roll it into a log. We'll have 4 that look really nice and 1 that is a little bit struggle, but I feel good about what we got. All right, so let's clean hands. And then we'll put a little bit of toppings. Hands are too wet. Oh my gosh. You know when I say I like cooking better than baking, these look better, don't they? For the hot dog, motion your hand back and forth. Yeah, I'm not good at shaping, but we have 4 that look pretty good. So let's do some sesame seeds on 2 and some everything but the bagel seasoning on 2. And when the other ones come out, we'll put these in and see how these come out. All right, so we have some sesame seeds. And then let's do everything. What brand of dry milk? Just Walmart. If you want to screenshot this, Walmart dry whole milk, great value. And for the ones that are in the oven, this is the goat's milk that I use, the Mayenberg. All right. All right, how are these out? She says cook them 11 to 13 minutes or until they get kind of golden brown. We're gonna do some everything but the bagel seasoning, and then we'll leave the hot dog plain. All right, how are we looking over here? They look kind of brown. Maybe they're getting close to done. Let's go ahead and turn the hot dogs on and clean this area up. All right. So we made 2 batches. This is the regular milk batch. When I take those out, I'll put these in. And we'll see what our buns look like. You had to buy powdered milk to do some baking? Yeah, I've had powdered milk in the pantry for a while. When I came across this recipe, I don't know know about y'all, but I get excited when I find a recipe that has ingredients that I already have because we don't want to waste, right? Thank you all so much. We're at 9,500 likes. Let's see if we can get to 10,000. Thank you all so much. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making carnivore buns. Aw, thank you so much, Mont. We're doing carnivore buns, struggle carnivore hot dog buns, or they could just be hot buttered bread. That's an option. All right, let's put our eggs away. And I think I'm going to call it on these struggle buns. Yeah, they look kind of brown. Let me just wipe off the counter since we had egg and powder, and then we'll bring them out and put the other ones in. Cook time is 11 to 13 minutes on 350, but honestly, I can smell them, and that's how my mom taught me. You know, don't just set it and forget it. Recipes are great, but everybody's kitchen and appliances and everything is different, all right? So leave that there. Let's get them out with our festive flag. Now I'll put my celebration back on. Happy 4th. All right, let's see. Ooh, they smell good. I'm gonna put the other ones in. So we have 2 with everything but the bagel seasoning, 2 with sesame seeds, and this is a struggle hot dog bun. So I'm gonna put these up here and see how those go. All right, at 350. So they actually look browner. Now they're flatter, but they actually look browner. So we're gonna take these off. We're gonna butter one. You know, we could do a hot dog. Some of y'all are old school. You know how you had to make a hot dog bun out of sandwich bread. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just let it fly. But we've got some nice looking rolls here, y'all. Let me get a platter or something to put them on so we look like we know what we're doing. We need a bread bowl. Let's see. I want something that'll look nice, that'll photograph well. And then we'll take them off of here. Hopefully they didn't burn at the bottom. Let's see. Getting all the fancy stuff out, like we didn't just struggle through these. We're over 10,000 likes. Thank you all so much. All right. So our hot dogs, how are they doing? Hot dogs are still doing their thing. So let's take these out. Take these off. Get a spatula. And see what they look like. These are the goat's milk. Oh, watch them scrape, y'all. I didn't put anything on the bottom because it's silicone. Please don't. It looks like a pancake. Okay, so they're a little bit done on the bottom. You'll be all right. So we're gonna plate them, then we're gonna take some pictures, then we'll butter them and taste them. Now, to be very honest, they look more like pancakes than burger buns, but y'all saw my struggle and you know my heart. But we'll keep an eye on the other ones. I moved them up from the bottom floor. Can y'all see this? All right. But if they taste good as bread, we could be on to something. All right. Whew. Let me just get these plated up. We have one that looks kind of struggle. So that'll be the taste tester. All right, let's take off the craggly bits. You know, when you serve people, you always want it to look nice. Oh, and then I got some butter. I got regular butter and I got goat's milk butter. All right. So this is the one we'll taste. So this is our carnivore bread. It's a little bit thinner, but I think it looks nice. Just don't turn it upside down. Get some butter. Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, regular butter and goat's milk butter. So if you are team dairy, then you can use these ingredients. Walmart butter and Walmart dry milk, if you can have the dairy. If you are team non-dairy, I got this at Whole Foods. You can actually get goat's milk butter. It's regular butter just from goat's milk. These will be your ingredients, okay? So giving y'all some substitutes. So let's take a picture of this. And then we got one on the tray. Don't worry, this is the one we're gonna break into in just a moment. All right, so let me take a picture while they look halfway okay. One could be the top and one could be the bottom. Oh my gosh, we could make the most massive. Could you imagine that? Imagine the burger and the bun and the onions and the lettuce, the tomato and the cheese. That's genius. Oh my gosh, I feel better already. That was the goal. Actually, I was just waiting to see if one of y'all would figure it out. I had no idea. I love that. Okay, hold on before I break something. All right, let's take a picture of our struggle carnivore buns. All right, make sure y'all can see. And then, so hers look like that. Y'all already know. We've been through it over here. All right, so let's take a picture. I think they look okay. We got to get some butter on them. All right, one with the flash. Let me get it this way to get any little craggly bits. All right, and one more picture. All right, y'all, don't worry. We're going to taste these. All right, so this is the goat's milk powder. So my buns were a little bit on the wet side, so mine didn't come out like hers. This was the goal. Oh, well, hold up. This is what came out. All right, so this is what we made. Let's put these behind us. Let's, y'all can give me a score. Ooh, make those with soy milk. Yeah, absolutely. Do they make soy milk powder? I'm sure if they make goat's milk powder, they make soy milk powder. All right. So now let's get a plate and let's get in there. We gotta try it with my struggle hot dog. All right, let me get a plate so I don't look homeless. All right, let's check on our hot dog buns. Hold up. All right, keep doing your thing. How are the hot dogs coming? Ooh, hot dogs are looking good. They're sizzling. All right, let's get the struggle one. They come up nicer. They come up easier when it's been a minute. All right, so we're gonna look at the inside together. All right. Y'all, I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? Who told me to do this? Nobody told me to do this, but here I come. Let's get some goat's milk butter. I'm gonna taste it plain, but I wanna go ahead and put butter on one side so it can kind of melt. I should have done it while it was hot. All right, so let's give this a try. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all, it tastes like bread. Slightly dry, but I think if you butter them, y'all, they taste like bread. It's got a little bit of, since this is goat milk, it's got a little bit of that funk to it. Hold on, let's check on these. Ooh, these are looking good. Let's take out the hot dog. Y'all, it's not bad. Let me butter them. I'm trying to, it tastes like, I guess it does kind of have like a sourdough kind of thing to it, but it's kind of crackly like bread. I'm really in shock. I would say 8 out of 10. It's just got a little bit of a dryness to it, and maybe you don't mind that, but like as far as the texture, let's get our hot dogs out. And I think these, I'm gonna go for a little bit more brown. I like them, I just can't place it. If you are trying to be low carb or avoid, gluten and all of that, honestly, with you know, I didn't make burgers. I'm gonna do this little struggle hot dog, but it's giving the bread experience. All right, air fryer hot dog. Tell me those don't look good. They plump. They don't have grill marks, but in the air fryer, we grew up boiling hot dogs. If you don't know, I can't help you. But y'all, doesn't that look good? These are just Nathan's hot dogs. Now, my struggle buns did not get the shape that I want. Let's take the other ones out. You know what I'm gonna do? I was gonna cut off a piece and eat it with the struggle bun. All right, let's take this one out. They're still kind of light. Maybe like 5 more minutes. I'll show y'all, but they're holding their shape. I'll put them down. My hot dog bun is a disaster, but these are looking pretty good. All right. What can we do? We are going to make a hot dog with what we have. We're going to dress a hot dog with our flying saucer buns. All right. Let me get another plate. Since we could make, I wonder if I put the hot dog in here and fold it up. So janky, but I wanted to give it a try. All right, let me turn it over this way. What do you all put on your hot dogs? I think I'm gonna do mayo, mustard, ketchup. I know, and relish. I know. I already know. We got mustard queen here. There's only one topping, right? Of course, you could do just mustard. Do it. Hot dog and hamburger buns are dry too. So y'all don't mind it? Okay. Okay, let me see. I think I have some mayo here. I'm cutting back on the condiments, y'all. So let's see what we got. You would think I would have gotten that ahead of time. I don't think I have. Let me check and see. It's not real mayo, but I found this in the boys' fridge. We got this garlic aioli spread. All right. So I'm just going to put, okay, not that much. We're going to spread that out. So janky. But I love trying stuff, y'all. All right. Then, all right, we got our pictures already. I'm going to do a double hot dog because at this point, all right. Then we're going to do, in all seriousness, I want to give you all some swaps for the, hold on one second. Let me get my video up. I'm going to give you all some swaps for the condiments. Condiments are a huge culprit for extra calories. And so if you can make some changes, little sipper. A lot of the brands that we know and love make no sugar added condiments. So I just grabbed this from the boys' fridge. This is regular ketchup because mine looks janky. I'll still use it, but we're down towards the end. So you can get Heinz no sugar added ketchup. That's an option as well. Wow, this isn't even open. But sometimes you could eat a lot of the same foods, but what you drink and what you put on it. Hold on one second. What you drink and what you put on it can make a huge difference. All right, so I know Mustard Queen is having a fit. We don't have anything open? Hold on, let me check. Yeah, we do. All right. Somebody picked mustard queen up off the floor. How are the other buns? They're not, they're okay. I turned the oven off. I was hoping they would just do their thing. They're actually kind of nice. I'll take them out in just a second. I'm just leaving them in there. With the French's mustard, did y'all know this? You can take the cap. You know how it makes a mess? It actually clicks back into place. So let's get some mustard on here. All right. Mustard is great. It's 0 sugar, but I got this no sugar added sweet relish. So this is another substitute for you all. If you like relish, Mount Olive now makes this one with no sugar added. All right. So we'll put some of this on. Put some of that on and take a hot dog bite. Since my shaping of the hot dog bun didn't work, let's hope the taste does its thing. Y'all could do onions or sauerkraut or any of that extra stuff. All right. I'm feeling greedy. I probably shouldn't have done 2. But let me take a bite. The goal is to take a bite with the hot dog and see how it tastes. Oh my goodness. I made a mess. Now, if you don't mind a store-bought hot dog bun, this is like that. But if you're used to like a Hawaiian roll, sweet roll, not that. If you're used to the really like soft butter bread brioche roll, this is not that. It looks horrendous because obviously it broke for me. But once you get the hot dog in here, it's actually quite tasty. I can only imagine with like a burger and all the toppings. Let me get the other ones out. The only thing, it's a little dry in the finish, but it's very similar to like a regular hot dog bun. I wish I was able to shape them into, maybe if I had made them bigger and then slit the top, and you know, that's the only thing. Let's get the other ones out. They're struggling down there, but we'll get them out. I'm not going to take the time to, well, maybe I will. Let me go ahead and, they're actually kind of spongy. Let's see. Let me plate these for y'all. And what I'll do is I'll put some butter on it immediately. Some regular butter so they can melt down. All right. Let me get that from the boys' fridge and see if they can get a little bit better while they're hot. Okay. So regular butter, we had one already opened. All right. So I'm going to put these on there while it's warm. See if we can get these to melt down. And then I'm going to plate them and I'll taste one for you. My little struggle hot dog bun over here, giving up the ghost. Okay. So let me see if I can plate these for y'all. I'll move this one back. See if I can give you your regular. And then we'll wrap up. Let's see how these come off the parchment paper. Ooh. Now mine didn't rise as much, but I think it looks good. I think if you want them to rise, you need to get like tight, you know, ball shaped. Mine, it's hot. I didn't do so well with that, but those were the everything but the bagel. These are the ones that are just sesame seed. And you can see the back, not as bad. I'll taste one for you. Let me plate this. This is the one with the regular milk powder. They might be, the other ones might be slightly overdone. These might be slightly underdone. And this is the one we'll taste. I don't think they look bad. Y'all can let me know what you think. All right. So let's give it a taste. Yeah, much different in color. Whew. I'm not going to get a plate. I'm just going to spread this butter on. We're going to be rustic and eat it right out of the pan and compare the milk powder to the goat's milk powder. All right. So let's get in here and take it off. Let me give y'all a little tear first so you can see texture. All right. So I think it looks good. Let's give it a taste. And then I'll do a mustard bun just for Mustard Queen. Y'all, this is good. Woo! I'm gonna do a little bit flaky sea salt. A little bit. Oh my God. I'm using salted butter. You want it to get that consistency that you can actually roll it into a ball. These taste really good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a half of a struggle bun. We're gonna make a little hot dog. That was my goal. And then we're going to put some mustard on this for Mustard Queen. Mustard only. And we made our carnivore burger buns / hot dog buns. Mm-hmm. I want other toppings. The only thing I'll say is this is a substantial piece of bread. You know how like store-bought bread is kind of airy and it just kind of disintegrates? This is like, you know, that not Ezekiel bread, but that rustic bread that when you bite it, it bites back, like it's got some structure to it. So maybe not a hot dog, maybe like an Italian sausage. You want something that's gonna live up to the bread. But yeah, y'all, it's good. It's really good. My shaping technique was trash, but we have two versions for you. You have your goat's milk and you have your regular. Yeah, the goat's milk bread isn't as brown as the regular milk. Mm-hmm. I like the color, but I like the pliableness of these. So I don't know. I was trying to go for the color that she had. But this is what we did. And they're good. So you can make carnivore bread, do it as dinner rolls, shape it into hot dog buns if you can, or regular bread, make hamburger buns. Happy 4th of July. Hopefully I gave you all a little bit of inspiration. Someone said you're going to do this with soy milk. It's just 3 ingredients: milk powder, baking powder, and eggs. So thank you so much, Letty. And thank you all for the badges. We made it to 16,000 likes. I really appreciate it. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. I make food and femininity content, and I like to recreate recipes and find out if this stuff actually works. So we gave it a try. The recipe is on foodtalktv.com. Get your paste, shape it into little balls, bake it. She says 350, 11 to 13 minutes. And this is what hers look like. And so I wanted to give that a try, all right? So foodtalktv.com, the recipe is up. And I will see you all next Friday for another struggle cooking class, all right? Thank you all so much. If you're interested, go to teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. I got a lot going on. If you like my relationship content, we have a new class starting July 19th, Relationship Basics. If you like my travel content, you can go cruising with me in November or to Ghana with me if you want to go international in December. I've got stuff on demand, a cookbook. Everything is all there. teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of the support, and I'll see you all next week. All right, everybody, how are we doing? Let me get another bite of this and then I'm going to check the comments. This one is actually really good. Hold on. Mm-hmm. 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 Woo! I don't know why this thing was making me hot. I don't need extra layers. All right, y'all. Let me see who's in the chat. I saw some super chats come through. I wasn't ignoring y'all. Y'all, this thing is a contraption. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me say thank you so much to Rip Visitor for the 10 euros. He says, long time no see, go Maggie, go. You see you making hot dog buns. Thank you so much for the $10, 10 euros. Thank you, Fredo, thank you for all you do, Miss Maggie. Thank you so much. Let me get you on the Struggle Stream whiteboard. It's been a while. So we got Rolkin and Fredo. Thank you all so much. It's been a while. Yeah, this one was a struggle, but I had fun with it. Tweet is here. Hello, good. Slim, King, Angie, Coach, Gordy, another King outside. Rip Visitors over here too. Marissa, Nathan's favorite hot dogs, hot dog brand. That was Nathan's. James, Claude, IR, Cliff, Alyssa, Royal, Lawyer like McFlurry. Calhoun, Ron, aw, thank you so much. Suave, B. Oh my gosh, so many of y'all coming in on Instagram. I can't keep up. All right. So let's see. If I missed any comments, y'all can put them in the chat. Place the dough balls together before hitting the oven for rising. That's how biscuits rise. Didn't we try that, y'all? Who said to put those biscuits together? And I did not like how they came up. But yeah, I'm just not a baker like that because baking just requires too much precision. And then when you put it in the oven, it's like you're committed, right? You just got to set it and forget it. I like to stir and taste and, as I go. Let me keep this away from the food. So I'm more of a cooker, but why? Nobody told me to make these bread recipes. We have Frito with the $9.99. Thank you. Oh no, it's brand new. Oh God. I'll have to write it in a moment. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Thank you all so much for being here. Quasia says you're doing well. At least I tried. I found 10,000 ways that didn't work. All right, I'll get to that. It's a rustic bread. Yes, it does have character. Put the buns together. Hello, look. I'm doing good. Greg, it's been a minute. I'm doing well. Hello, Sheila is here. Happy 4th of July. All right, everybody. I can't get this up on the board. I just got to get my marker working. Let's see. So tonight, I'll see y'all in the chat with Kevin Samuels. Channel has new content. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of his. Let's see. Tomorrow, if you're here for relationship content, Lucy and I will be back tomorrow talking about women and debt. Never a good thing. And then again, if you or anyone you know could use some relationship advice, how to get started from 2 older women, Lucy and I are teaching relationship basics starting July 19th. It's $100. You have lifetime access, and it's 3 hours of content. And we teach it live on Zoom. So you can go ahead and register at teachablemomentswithmaggie.com if that's something that you're interested in. All right, so let me let y'all go and get myself together. Thank you, everybody. If I missed any comments, I'm so sorry. Just like to give you guys a little bit of time after we end over there. All right, thank you so much, Quasia. And thank you so much, Instagram. And I'll show the video here. If y'all want to come to Ghana with me, I'd love to have you. All right, everyone. Bye.